What's up guys, BTBS here, welcome back to another episode of the Direwolf series. I am hanging out down here in the new Metacraft room. It still sounds weird. I've been calling it Numocraft for so long, even though I had a feeling that was wrong, and it turns out it was. So yeah, I'm just going to run myself a quick double ME drop down here, just like I've got all over the rest of my base. Because, you know, you kind of need to be able to reach stuff. Break that. Crafting monitor, crafting terminal. There we go. Fuck knows what's going on there. Right, I've set this up. So, there's two upgrades in it, and it always gets to, I think, 3.5 bars. Which is more than enough for now. I went on a little bit of an expedition and got most of the seeds that we need. There are, I believe, 2 that spawn in the nether, the fire and the helium plant seeds. But as you can see, we have a bunch of rain plant and a lot of squid plant, because I found a lot of those. And I've got a couple of creeper plants. Oh, sorry, hiccups there. Basically what I'm going to do is just going to plant a bunch of them outside my house like this, and I'm going to let them rock and roll. I'm just going to let them fly. They can do what the hell they like. They can spread as much as they want, and then eventually I'll just come out here and I will harvest them all, and I'll have a whole bunch of seeds. So what we're going to want to do today is we're going to start off with the rain plant seeds. I'm going to want about a stack of the blue plastic that you make from these guys. Now this is going to suck, because basically, let's see, can I make this work? If I do this to create a small sealed network, and this to create that as a sealed network, I can save the air pressure in there, because if we're going to want to craft with this thing, we need to put items inside it. And the only way of putting items inside it is to break it open. Like so. And then reform it. Like that. And yeah, exactly 0 pressure. Now what we need to do is connect it back up. And wait for the pressure to normalise. And in fact, while we do that, I want to make a new upgrade. The item life upgrade. Because items inside this thing are actually just completely sitting there and will despawn after 5 minutes. You put in an item life upgrade into the chamber here, and it increases, if I can get my words out, it increases the shit. I left it in a little too long. My bad. Do I have any pressure tubes? I was trying to just get it to run a little faster. Right, sorry about that guys, there might be a weird cut there. If I don't know how much I had to cut, but basically I just blew up my air compressor by accident. So that kind of sucks. Shit, I think I also blew up all my speed upgrades. Damn it, I'm going to have to go and rape a cow again. Oh no, I'm not. I've still got a couple of buckets of milk in there. Lovely. Let's do that. Okay, WH? WJ? Yes, because that's how you spell. Right, there we go. Let's just make a couple of speed upgrades. I can't believe I did that. I'm such a tard. There we go, a couple of speed upgrades. What I was doing, by the way, was just trying to speed up the thing a little bit, because you can put them in there to speed it up. That's why I really like it. So, coal. What I need to do is beef up the system. So you can just drop these in really quickly, and you'll notice that the stuff burns down a lot faster. Basically, anywhere under 5 seems to be okay, but then once you go over 5, it's way too fast to be real. It's just ridiculous. ridiculously quick. So I'm going to leave that going for a second. I'm going to get me some redstone and some stone. Because, well, if you couldn't tell, I had a couple of explosions while I was trying to get this thing working right. Explosions is kind of par for the course in this. If you play around with Numocraft stuff, you're gonna get explosions pretty much. You're gonna have an exploding time. Let's remove that one. I like having it there. And what I really need is more machine upgrades, speed upgrades for my machine. So, let's take a quick look at this. The items are still just sitting in there, right? I'm going to go and find a cow quickly. I'm going to go and molest a cow. Let's make a lot more buckets. Buckets. That will do. That's enough for now. I don't even know where the nearest cow is. Well, last time I just sort of went over here and found one. Bats, 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 squid. I wonder if the old cow that I like touched inappropriately is still here. It is. I'm pretty sure. Where'd he go? There he is. I'm pretty sure this is the same cow that I like milked excessively last time. Milk, 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 milk. Milk, 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 milk. Yeah! Have some milk, cow. Huh. I could have sworn you could, like, shift and then drop key to drop loads of items at once. In fact, no, I know you can. I've used that a lot of times. Right, this should be more than enough milk. Sorry, cow. I had to. You started it. You started it by being milkable. You brought this on yourself. And just a couple more. Good cow. Moo. Yes, there we go. Now you're nice and empty. That cow must weigh like 2 grams now. A little bit of lag. I'm going to cut quickly. Right, sorry, yeah, I just wanted to cut to make sure that I wasn't having any of those problems with like ridiculous lag, slow-mo voice and stuff like that, because, you know, I try my best to make good quality videos for you guys. Maybe not like, you know, highly edited or anything like that, but I definitely put my my effort into making good quality videos, and I'd like to think I deliver on that. Man, that is loud. There we go. Hey, we got all 4, we got all stack of them. Good. Now this should still be running because I just had to kill a whole bunch of the power. So, yes, we want to make some cakes so that we can have more of those, because those speed upgrades are super useful whatever machine they're in. Basically, the one problem with Numocraft, it's got a problem with timing. Not timing, no. Timing, no. Speed, obviously. In fact, let's see. Look, 4 of them, it's alright. You can see how fast it burns. 5 of them, it's pretty fast. 6 of them, it just starts to be ridiculously fast. So I'm thinking if I just leave 2 in there, just to make it run nice and fast, but not be dangerous. So, last episode, I was talking about the pressure chamber interface. And you may have noticed the only way we can get blocks in and out of this thing is to break it. And when we break it, we lose almost all of the air pressure. The pressure chamber interface will allow us to bypass that. So we're going to need some cannon barrels. Really? I have no... What? How do I not have... Oh, that's a safety valve. Make a couple of them. So yes, we need cannon barrels. And then we need to turn the cannon barrels into pneumatic cylinders, which needs the blue plastic. Also, it is annoyingly annoying how it needs blue plastic, simply because it is blue. Right, that's there. What do I want to do? I think I want to remove that. swap it with that and get one of these here. Is that... Oh, did you guys hear that? That's so cool. That will be an input. And then if we go around here and grab El Hamero. Right, guys. Sorry about that again. There's really nothing I can do about being interrupted. Veteran fans of the channel will know that it happens a lot. And yeah, there's nothing I can really do. So yeah, sorry about that. So what are we doing? Yes, I want to get access to under here. Basically, what we're going to do is you need two of these pressure chamber interfaces. One is an input, one is an output. And if I remember correctly, yeah, they're very finicky about how they're placed. This one here is going to have to be placed from there to actually go in the right direction. Because yeah, these can go in the wrong direction, which is incredibly annoying. But it kind of makes sense. So this is our output, and the other one is our input. And if I just grab... I don't need to do that, I've got that. If I just grab a chest and item duct. Do I have any normal item ducts? No, but I've got impulse. And what about a servo? So I'll put that one there, yeah. So what I'm going to do is do that. Just bung a chest here. And wrench that to output. And then also hook up. Yeah, it might help if there was a pneumatic servo in there so I could hook it up. Hook up a pneumatic servo. Wait for the game to think it crashes because it hasn't seen this UI in a very long time. There we go. And set it to ignore redstone. And now here's an interesting thing. The way this works is really cool. Let me get some squid plant seeds and show you, right? So if we stick these in here, they'll get pulled out and put in. Wow. They got pulled out in the entire 64. They won't go in the entire 64 though. Interesting. Problems? No problems, really? You say you have no problems and yet you won't allow them to go in. Let's just burn up some fuel and get some pressure in the network. It might just be that we have zero pressure in there completely. Which, you know, that would be a problem. I don't know why they wouldn't go in. There we go, they just jumped in. Oh, this thing had no pressure. No, that's what I want. I want pressure. Yeah, it's at 0.1 bar right now. Okay, I'm going to need a lot of coal. In fact, you know what I can do? I can get an export bus, basic export, and some cabler. Lovely, and then I can just run some cabler. No, cabler. There we go. Down in here, like that. Stick an export bus. Where is my wrench? That's not a wrench. Put that there, and wait for it to almost crash because it hasn't seen that inventory in a while. And then that should keep this stocked with coal, I would imagine. Unless the coal has to go in a different side. It's trying to keep it stocked with coal. Nothing is happening. Okay, what about if I try and put the coal in from above? Will that work? like so, and then just keep coal stacked in there. Okay, so we just put some coal in from above. So instead of running the wire underground, we run it along the ceiling like this. And then we get rid of the rest of all this horrible, just wire everywhere. Now, you guys know that I love wire everywhere. It's like my old Feed the Beast base when I was playing the Mindcrack pack. That was the epitome of wire everywhere in my B room. That shit was crazy. So yes, be careful not to put too many upgrades in at once, even if it is only for a second. What I'm trying to do is just get a half decent amount of pressure in the system. Oh, they're still in there. They haven't popped yet. They're almost at the popping stage. In fact, if I just drop these in here quickly again, and then pull it out. Also, I have to try this negative pressure at some point. That sounds really cool, how you can use air pressure for doing some interesting stuff. So this should... you're pulling out seeds. Yes, of course you're pulling out seeds. I haven't given you a filter. I need to get another chest and put it here as an output. I then need to wrench that, wrench, and then do that and give it an item filter of oh no, name contains plastic, yeah, and then give that a servo as well, and then tell it to ignore. There you go, now it will only allow plastic through. So the Numocraft have a gorgeous filter system where you can basically just say you can only allow an item that appears in the transportation set of the creative tabs. You can only allow items in if their name begins with, you know, CH or something, if their name contains, or you can just do your basic, you know, 9 items as a filter. But the thing I really like, if I change this to move 1 at a time and try and show you what I was trying to show you before, which would be some plant seeds, not more squid plant because I actually do need a lot of those. Basically, if you look at these, you can see they move quite slowly. You can stick speed upgrades in these and they will move as fast as they possibly can. It's actually really cool to see. Now, these aren't perfect themselves. You may notice, if we watch this, you may notice the pressure overall actually does drop. And that is because the door is opening and closing, and when it does open and close, it lets a small amount of air out. There, move entire stacks. Buff the system a little bit. Yeah, we're sitting very low on the system right now. Right, let's just do that. You should be stopped, and you should be outputting. You should be really doing multiple plastic at a time. Yeah, nice. And what's next is right. You're done. Good. I want another one of those on the front. I want one of these to be on the front as an output, which means I'm going to have to place it from the behind. So if I break that, this is going to lose all of its air anyway. Just do that, and then put this back. I'll put a window there, why not? I seem to have mislaid a pressure tube. There it is. Bonk. Right, now, see this is what can be kind of annoying about Numocraft is just, you know, oh no, now I have to re-get the air in the entire system. But that's actually, I kind of like that because it makes sense, you know, you're not running with magical energy. You're running with a strict, like, mortal, real, defined energy of positive and negative pressures running through tubes. And that's what Numocraft is all about, and I like it. It works well for that. Right, I'm just going to put a bunch of D's in there, otherwise this will start taking things out. And now we need to think, what do we actually want to build from Numocraft? It is Pneumatic. Fuck! Told you guys I was not going to be able to keep that up. Numocraft. Because it has some cool shit. And I don't really know what we should build. There's doors. Ooh, omnidirectional hoppers. These things are so nice. I love omnidirectional hoppers. So basically, they're hoppers, but they have a very nice effect. They can be placed in any direction, facing any direction, and they pick up any block which enters the block above them. So like this. So omnidirectional hoppers are, they're fucking lovely. You know what else you can do with them? You can use them as inputs on this. Or you can do something like, hey, I want to put some stuff in there from what I want, anything that lands here goes in there, sort of thing. You know, that's not actually useful on its own. There is some information here. It moves 2.5 items a second. You can set redstone behavior. Information. Oh yes, you can use hoppers to extract as well. So you can use hoppers to extract from different sides of eye-sided inventories, which I completely forgot about. I wonder if you can wrench them into the right direction. Ah, probably Pneumaticraft wrench. Pneumaticraft has a lot of its own cool stuff, and one of the things it's got is a wrench, because every mod has a wrench, but it's very useful in this. What do I want to build? There's a whole load of stuff I could build. There's an elevator, there's the etching acid, there's a kinetic compressor. I mean, the kinetic compressor would be cool, but you know what I want to do? I want to get a laser setup running. You can build an assembly line with lasers to help craft certain items extremely quickly, and it's the only way of crafting other items. So, we're going to need some printed circuit boards. They are transistors, capacitors, and unassembled books. And the unassembled PCB, you can either put in an assembly controller, or you can drop in etching acid in the game, and that is creeper plastic and compressed iron at 1.5 bars. Creeper. What about plastic? Do not have any plastic. Okay. Well, we can stick those in there, and they will. I love those doors. Also, I can put my speed upgrades in here as well. And there we go, creeper plastic. So, creeper plastic and compressed iron. Let's make about 8 of them. I think we're going to need roughly 8 anyway. So we'll stick those in there. And so we're going to need transistors and capacitors. So transistors is squid plastic. Capacitors is lightning plant. We have not done anything with lightning plants. Rain and lightning. I've got a couple. I'm actually going to need more for this to work. Is this... oh. Yeah, see, one of these just isn't enough half the time. That's why there's other compressors available, and I will be moving on to those later. But for now, I just think a normal compressor, and I can drop some speed upgrades in there to make it work faster if I want, you know? I'm okay with that. It doesn't seem to have recognised the recipe. There's... oh. Yeah, the plastic's already been pulled out, hasn't it? Because of this. So, set this to plastic with some G's on the end. So the name definitely doesn't contain that. Drop that back in there. Just wait for this. Should pop right out. There we go. Now it has... ah, there we go. We need 1.5 bars of pressure in there. I wish there was a way of directing pressure to a certain point in a network. Because, like, this thing can't output its pressure fast enough. It can build it up. Hell can it build it up? Hence the fact it just almost had 5 bars. And 5 bars is basically lethal. Just have to wait for it to all move around. And we're almost at 1.5 bars. So I'm going to drop 6 in there again. I mean, look at this. This isn't even at 1.5 bars. I suppose I should probably get rid of that. So the pressure does just go straight through there. Right, these lightning plant seeds, we kind of need some more of them, so I'm going to go make some more of them quickly. I have no idea if these do anything special when they grow. Do I have any bone meal? Might help if I was on that. Bone meal. Oh, bags of bone meal. Lovely. So yeah, just like all the other plants from Numocraft, self-planting, so just drop your seed. This can be kind of annoying, but I like it. It's nice to have a farm that can replant itself, and does. And then all I need to do is do that, hit them with that. Actually, there's a really nice trick you can do where you do this. Yeah, you make them plant themselves. That is actually quite a glorious noise as well. So this is my preferred method for manually farming these guys. Is I like to have a bit of fun with the magnet. Whee! Because basically these seeds are ready to be planted as soon as they hit the ground, but they can't. Well, they're not ready to be planted as soon as they hit the ground. They are ready to be planted maybe a second after they hit the ground, and that's why they often have problems. Is because they're not ready to be planted instantly, and a lot of the time you end up picking them up before they are ready to be planted, or they stack with themselves. Right, I have my PCBs, so I want you to extract anything. I can put an Omni there, can't I? I don't know how I'm going to get an Omni there. I'm going to have to place a block there and there, and then there, and then place the Omni against that. Oh, that worked! I mean, okay, but really? That worked. I mean, will it just output into anything? Well, it'll output into an omnidirectional hopper, that's all that matters. By the way, guys, the reason that everybody loves omnidirectional hoppers so much is a simple one. But you shall learn, and I will teach you right now. What I really want is for it to be on there. Right, get up here. I keep forgetting the controls for all my various flight mechanics. No, okay. Anything goes in the omnidirectional hopper will go in the chest. Right. So the reason I like the omnidirectional hopper so much, let me compare with a normal hopper and a new omni hopper. Let's say this chest, right? We want to access a chest. So we put a hopper on top of it, and it's because we want items to go in there, but we also want to access it. With the normal hopper, its hitbox is a plain square around it. So you can't access that chest from most of this. You have to make sure you're off the hitbox of the hopper, like so. But with the omnidirectional hopper, its hitbox is pretty much perfectly around it. So you see that if I do this, like I'm on the hopper, I'm not on the hopper. I can access the chest, I can punch the wall. So that's one of the reasons people love omnidirectional hoppers so much. They have the correct bounding box, and it means that you can use them for some such useful stuff. Right, so that is that done. This is currently set to... Let me do this. I wonder if I can output straight into a chest. Who knows? Let's just do that, because then I can access that behind there, and I can set a filter so it doesn't just pull everything out. Right, what we want to do is we are going to need to use these, put them in a light box, it says here. So, or we can just go straight for the controller, which we don't have. So, let's get a light box. One word? Nope. Light box. Light box. Here we go, that's not too bad. That's empty PCB. Ooh. Bear in mind that this crafting recipe is temporary. Once I give mechanics and Minecraft villagers a place to live, I will remove the crafting recipe and you'll only be able to obtain this item via trading with them. Okay. A bit annoying that it does it every single time, and let's see if we can craft what we need. So we're going to need some more... This device has encountered a problem and must close. Apparently, I just BSOD'd. Right, so if we do this, what we can do is stick a light box. Really? They place dependent on you, but the only thing that... But you're obviously going to want them facing that way, so that they can actually receive air. But, oh, you know what? This is just me being a nitpicky dick. Basically, you need to expose your PCBs to the light from the light box. I wonder if there's any particles for this. No, it does not appear that there is. Let's just up the thing a little bit. Yes, you need to put your printed circuit board in the light box, and what you can do is chuck some speed upgrades in there, and you'll notice the pressure amount dropping rapidly. But basically what this does is it increases the chance for the PCB to be etched when you throw it in etching acid, and we need to make some etching acid. So let's make some fetching acid. We need a bucket of water, 2 spider eyes, 2 creeper plastic, 2 rotten flesh, and 2 gunpowder. That is a weird recipe. Bucket, spider eyes, two rotten flesh, 2 gunpowder, and some creeper plastic. And of course I just need to turn that bucket into a bucket of water. Ooh, I forgot which key was bound to what then. No, next one. Up, 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 up. No, down. Up. Man. This is a problem with the jetpack. It's really good, but it's so easy to get the balance off. And I wasn't happy with the balance I had, so I tried to change it a little. And now it takes me about the right amount of speed and time to go up, but I fall down like a lead balloon carrying a rotten sock of shit. Okay, that's why I don't have my particles on when doing Numocraft, because that thing... Also, did what I just said actually make sense? Because I don't think it did, and I don't want to let me get away with that. Right, so this shit should all pop in here. Spider eyes. We're going to want to take a couple of these and apply them to the input here, just so it's a bit faster. Spider eyes, creepers, gunpowder, creeper plastic, and then rotten flesh. And there's our etching, a bottle bucket of etching acid. There we go. There's our etching acid, and that should be, yes, lovely. And if we take a quick look here, this is 98%. That is good enough for me. That is 85%. That's also good enough for me. Now this can be a little annoying, this part. So what we're going to need to do is, we got any stairs? Quartz stairs. Let's be fancy about this. Basically, we need to throw these in acid to etch them. But it can take, it does in fact take up to 5 minutes to etch them. But when they come out, they will be like a full printed circuit board, I think. But seeing as we've just hit about 40 minutes or so, my timer is off because of all the random interruptions, I think that's probably a good place to end it for now. So I will come back next episode, and we're literally going to start right where we are now. We're going to take these out of the acid. Well, I'll probably have them out of the acid, but you know, the next episode will start and it'll be like, look, they came out of the acid looking like this. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you're liking Numocraft as well. Pneumaticraft. Fuck! I am terrible at that. Okay, I hope you're liking Pneumaticraft, or at least liking the look of it, because it's quite interesting, and it requires an awful lot of thought. It's not like some other systems where you can just pump as much power into it as you want. So, yeah, there's actually a lot of really cool Pneumaticraft stuff coming up, but we have to get through the early Pneumaticraft game to get to the late game Pneumaticraft stuff. So I will see you next episode for probably more Pneumaticraft. Peace out.